That's the Lord. Their stories inspire us. An all-new series. Superbook.
I just need to know, whose side are you on?
This part's where the experiment really begins.
If it matters to you, it matters to us. We're Cayman 27, Cayman Informed.
Coming up next, a movement to save Barker's Beach from a significant makeover gains steam.
Will a port referendum cause buyer's remorse for cruise lines? Tourism Minister Moses Kirkconnell says yes.
And a leadership crisis with the opposition? Premier Alden McLaughlin calls the group into question.
We've got your under-19 boys and girls basketball highlights, plus one Caymanian footballer gets his chance on the big stage.
And the swells are coming in on an otherwise bright and sunny Thursday at Northwest Point in West Bay. I'm Cayman 27's Joe Avery. I'm going to give you a weather forecast you can believe in coming up.
Cayman 27 News is coming up next.
Premier League is back. Sign up for the Sports Pack today and fuel your passion for football. Sports is life, only on Flow.
Let Elite Marble and Granite bring the charm of Italy to your home. Made from only the best materials. Santa Margherita Quartz is handcrafted at a state-of-the-art facility located in Italy and then journeys across the ocean to Elite Marble and Granite, who is the exclusive distributor in the Caribbean. Elegant and resistant, Santa Margherita Quartz products offer a large choice of colors, textures, and exclusive finishes. Call 945-9028 or visit us online at elite.ky. Elite Marble and Granite, where perfection costs less.
Whether you want to get going in a new car, to relax at home while you pay bills on your mobile banking app, to get the best rewards with your credit card, or to get a sure start on your little one's future. Whether you want a quick response on your loan, or just a range of services that keep your business running smoothly, you want banking that fits your life. CIBC First Caribbean. Banking that fits your life.
You're watching Cayman 27 News, Cayman Informed. Brought to you by Foster's Food Fair. At Foster's Food Fair, we care. Flow.
Good evening, I'm Kevin Morales.
And I'm Taylor Burrows. Thank you for tuning in. A grassroots movement to save Barker's Beach is gathering steam in reaction to a Coastal Works application bound for cabinet. The group's online petition has garnered more than 1,600 signatures in just 3 days.
Now the applicant seeks to remove an area of seagrass roughly 3 times the size of a football pitch to create a swim area and install a 300-foot dock. Cayman 27's Joe Avery reports.
It's quiet, it's serene, it's a beautiful location, untouched, as he said, and it should remain so.
Riders on horseback take in the scenery along one of Grand Cayman's last great unspoilt coastlines, Barker's Beach.
It was a great place for families to come and spend time together in the weekends. So it means a lot culturally as well as the environmental impacts that this area has.
Laura Eggeslaw of Save Barker's Beach says these are just 2 reasons why she's standing up to oppose a plan for this 21-acre parcel of land that includes a 300-foot dock and removal of approximately 180,000 square feet of seagrass from one of Cayman's largest replenishment zones. The applicant, Calico Jack's Hendel Whitaker, in August announced plans to relocate the business after the lease to its current site on 7 Mile Beach expires at the end of 2020.
I'm for tourism. I'm in tourism, so I'm not knocking tourism. But when it comes to balancing it for our people and our environment. I just can't stand for this. It's just not right.
Spirit of the West owner Paul Rivers says a relocated Calico Jacks could draw thousands of tourists, putting pressure on an environmentally sensitive area and causing a domino effect.
What's going to happen if Calico Jacks or any other establishment started here? Then this whole coastline is going to be dotted with establishments, and this whole coastline is going to be destroyed. This place is just too environmentally fragile to accommodate that kind of development.
So that carrying capacity is going to be humongous amongst this replenishment zone area.
Ms. Agishlaw urges anyone who feels the same to add their names to the Save Barkers Beach petition.
I know a lot of people are aware of things that are happening and feel frustrated because they feel they can't do anything, but I just want everyone to know that every single signature we get is important.
Joe Avery, Cayman 27.
Mr. Whitaker told Cayman 27 today he feels positive about his application. And as for the backlash from some in the community, he says 15 years ago when Calico Jacks opened next to Public Beach, there was an uproar. And 15 years later, there is an uproar now that it's leaving.
Dart Real Estate, who is backing Mr. Whitaker's application, pointed out the 21-acre parcel is outside the 279-acre Barkers National Park, saying it believes that thoughtful beach public amenity projects can also coexist in proximity to the area, and that the relocation is an opportunity to diversify Cayman's tourism product. Water Authority Cayman says it is confident a cancer-causing compound found in well waste collected by the NRA vacuum trucks can safely be disposed of at the landfill.
Benzoapyrene was detected in excess of Florida standards in sludge samples collected from wetlands where NRA trucks had deposited well waste for approximately 8 years and from a discharge well on Seymour Road. The Water Authority says the large benzoapyrene molecules don't easily dissolve in water.
You need to visualize this. You put it on top of the landfill. There's whatever else is in there, but it has to work its way through the landfill, and then these contaminants will be retained in the waste that's in the landfill. It will stop moving, so you don't have to be worried that it comes out at the bottom.
Meanwhile, Infrastructure Minister Joey Hew welcomed the report, stressing that since the issue came to light, thoughtful protocols have been put into place to properly dispose of the well waste.
He says, quote, "The good people at the National Roads Authority were only doing their job in helping to alleviate flooding and damage to people's homes in low-lying areas when vacuuming these wells."
Tourism Minister Moses Kirkconnell says the cruise lines have committed funding for Cayman's cruise berthing project, but he also says the current offering may not remain on the table should a referendum be triggered. Mr. Kirkconnell made the comment yesterday in the Legislative Assembly. This as he fielded questions from opposition legislators on government's funding for pro-port advertisements. He pointed out that if a people-initiated referendum were to happen, it would affect the project's financing.
Whole timing of where the project is will be stopped, and then the negotiation will start all over again. It will then, based on higher interest rates or maybe not as good of offering, have a completely different financial meaning to the country.
The minister agreed to meet with opposition lawmakers to address their concerns on the project. He also denied government was paying for ads, claiming that signing the referendum petition would kill the port project. And a Ministry of Tourism statement issued late this afternoon revealed that government spent a little over $25,000 in its pro-port support tourism campaign. Staying with the Legislative Assembly, Premier Alden McLaughlin took a jab at the opposition last night, saying there was an internal leadership crisis within its ranks. The Premier claimed opposition leader Ezard Miller was facing a challenge to his leadership. He claims the challenge is connected to the ongoing referendum push.
It's only a rumor, and I put it no higher. I understand that that is at the root of the leadership challenge because the campaign, led by the leader of the opposition, who is now absent, has failed. But I won't go there. Not tonight, Mr. Speaker. Not.
Now, Mr. McLaughlin was actually contributing to the debate on the Legal Associations Amendment bill at the time, but acting opposition leader Elvis Aku refutes the Premier's assertions.
There's no crisis. There's nothing going on that's sinister or underhanded. And when Mr. Miller returns, I'm sure he'll have much more to say as well. But this is just a classic case of divide and conquer. That's what this is. And I would urge the public to not pay any mind to it.
We reached out to Mr. Miller for comment. We are yet to hear back. He is currently off island.
A new legal practitioners bill could be heading to the Legislative Assembly next year.
But that's only if government secures support from Caymanian lawyers. Premier Alden McLaughlin made the comments during debates on amendments to allow the merger of the Caymanian Bar Association and the Law Society. He says all the international assessments and pressure bearing down on Cayman demanding an updated lawyers' legislation still remains, but he says the law will not go forward without backing.
Not for one moment would I suggest that the bill that we had, or any bill we bring, is going to be perfect. But I know, and I'm going to say it right here and now, there is no way that Alden McLaughlin, as Premier, is going to permit a bill to come down here again that does not have the support, or at least that I believe has the support, of the majority of the Caymanians in the profession.
If you remember, the last attempt to update the law was withdrawn from the LA after widespread objection from the local legal fraternity. Joe Avery joining us now with a check on our forecast. Mr. Avery.
Hey guys, welcome back, Kevin.
We're already looking forward to the weekend.
Yeah, you know, I mean, we've got a short week to start out with. You know, couple of days where you're not in the studio with us, Kevin.
Trust
it
me,
almost
man,
seems like
I would have loved to have been here. I would have loved to have been here.
Yeah, well, we're glad to have you back, but right now we got a cold front moving in right there. And if you saw in the open of the show, I was out there at Northwest Point. The waves were pounding behind me. I was taking a chance, flying blind, hoping that one of them wouldn't just leap out of the sea and drench me, although I'm pretty sure you guys at home would find that pretty entertaining. But
maybe.
It's a little swelly out there, but otherwise beautiful conditions. I've got the entire weather forecast on my weather paper right here, and I'm going to share that with you in about 15 minutes or so.
Awesome. All right, thank you very much, Joe. And coming up immediately after this break, will the community get a say in the development of Scranton Park? One legislator says yes.
An old vessel gets a new name in honor of a fallen officer.
And a Cayman music legend strums his last chord. Those stories and more after this.
A tropical storm watch has been upgraded to
Hey, I've been tracking the storm, and it's looking really dangerous.
Yeah.
You're in a new place. Gotta prepare. No, put that down. You need canned goods, not canned
I get it.
soda and
yes,
water.
Sis,
You need plenty
water.
of water.
Here, water. Oh, gosh. Oh, sorry. I'm just trying to get ready for this.
Is it your first time?
Yes.
Do you need a hurricane buddy?
Please.
All right, come on. I prefer bigger bottles.
Kind of shame it took a hurricane for us to finally hang out.
Yeah, I know, right?
Ace is kind of bad time.
Hey, good news. The hurricane warning's been lifted. I saw online the storm has changed direction.
Oh, so I guess you get to go back to your place now.
Where are you? That's not your apartment.
Please pick the flowers.
Bye, neighbor.
Now that government owns the Scranton Central Park, Georgetown Central MLA Kenneth Bryan says the community should get a say on what happens with the land.
Now, yesterday, Premier Alden McLaughlin announced the purchase of the park. Mr. Bryan says the Georgetown Central Scranton Committee has some ideas to upgrade the facility, and he's hoping lawmakers can come together to make it happen. All right, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties there. Meanwhile, government did pay just under $273,000 for that land. All right, Jordan Armini is going to give us an update on what we can expect coming up a little bit later in sports.
Early sports update. Lots still cooking, Kev. Got some nice under-19 basketball highlights. Also, another update on that rugby sports complex just off the Esterly-Tibbetts Highway from the Legislative Assembly, and a big move in football. Young Cayman gets a professional football contract. Lots going on.
Nice. In related news, I'm certified to be a manager, so let me know. I can be his manager. I can be his football manager.
Oh, you're going into the sports management business?
I am now that I found out that he made the pro club.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'll be in touch.
Taylor?
I'll be in touch, Elijah.
I'm the agent. He's
Will
the
you
manager?
break my story for in the tease? Tune in after the break, guys.
All right. Motor vessel EM Luke will be patrolling Cayman's waters today after it was officially unveiled yesterday in tribute to police officer of the same name. PC Mark Luke lost his battle with cancer in August this year, and yesterday his former colleagues honored him in a special ceremony. Cayman 27's Caroline James has this report.
The last post for a fallen colleague, fondly remembered.
If we could live like Mark, both professionally and personally, I think that not only we are in the Marine unit, but we're in the organization and the entire Cayman Islands, that would be a better place.
Mark Luke's friends and family gathered here at the Joint Marine Base to mark the unveiling of the vessel behind me, named in his honour, but also to share stories of his life and work and the man they remember as a true hero.
He was certainly someone to take as a role model for many, not only officers, but many people. You know, he was admired, and he'll be missed dearly, or he is missed dearly within this unit. He's our hero, really, one of our heroes.
The ceremony recalled Mark rescuing a family from the waters at Pedro Castle by jumping from the cliffs with no regard for his own safety. But Mark's family remember a humble hero, a man who helped the people he convicted.
We are very proud, and we are very proud of Mark always. So many things that we have learned since his death that we didn't know about, you know, his medals, his commendations that he received, and he was so humble, he never bragged about them, you know.
Some comfort for those gathered that although Mark the man is gone, his memory will be kept alive every time his eponymous vessel heads out to sea.
That's Mark Luke. That was Mark Luke. He was an awesome person, and we're sorry that we lost him.
I pray we'll all be ready. I pray we'll all be ready.
Caroline James, Cayman 27.
Senior Police Constable 185 Mark Luke joined the RCIPS in March 1990. He passed away on the 29th of August after several years battling cancer.
Cayman's music scene mourned the loss today of local legend David Jonathan Ebanks. He passed away last night. Mr. Ebanks was a guitarist. He was a member of the Memory of Justice Band and the Swanky Kitchen Band. President of the Cayman Music and Entertainment Association, Mr. John-Eric Smith, paid tribute to Mr. Ebanks' vast contribution to Cayman's music landscape.
It's priceless. It's immeasurable. A very vast and substantial contribution to our music and our culture. Jonathan is one of the best guitar players in the Caribbean, and we were very proud to have him as a part of our local music community.
Mr. Smith says there will be a tribute event called A Night with the Legends to honor the memory of the 3 local music icons who passed away this year. All right, we'll be right back with more news. Stick around.
Heat resistant, scratch resistant, stain resistant, functional and durable. Paramount Carpets brings you the beauty of granite like no one else. Choose from a large selection of quality granite from Italy and Brazil. Paramount Carpets guarantees on-time delivery and professional installation. Granite, from the earth to your home.
We do a whole and just cover your floor at Paramount Carpets.
Bogle Insurance Brokers Limited are professional, independent insurance brokers established in 1988. We are a wholly Caymanian-owned insurance broker with a wealth of knowledge in the local and international insurance market. Our professional team service clients with a range of insurance products, including motor, home, health, contractors, marine, and business insurance, among others. Contact us at 949-0579 or email us at service@bogleins.com.
Eclipse Hair Design and Day Spa. Discover the difference.
Whether you want to get going in a new car, to relax at home while you pay bills on your mobile banking app, to get the best rewards with your credit card, or to get a sure start on your little one's future. Whether you want a quick response on your loan, or just a range of services that keep your business running smoothly, you want banking that fits your life. CIBC First Caribbean. Banking that fits your life.
Cayman 27 Sports is brought to you by Elite Marble and Granite, where perfection costs less.
Welcome back. Let's start with rugby now. In yesterday's Legislative Assembly, government confirmed it has vested a single acre of Crown land to the trustees of the Cayman Islands Rugby and Football Union. Now, as reported here, the single acre, along with Dart's 12 acres just off there, the Estridge-Tibbetts Highway, will both be leased on 99-year peppercorn rents to the Rugby Union. Here's Lands Minister Juliana O'Connor-Connolly making it official.
A report of this matter was considered by Cabinet, and after careful analysis and consideration of the reports provided, on the 4th of September this year, Cabinet approved the vesting of the Crown land, Block 13C, Parcel 1, approximately 0.51 acres, to the said trustees of the Cayman Islands Rugby Club Charitable Trust by way of a grant for a 99-year lease at a peppercorn annual rent.
Now, no word yet on when ground will be broken on the new sports complex. All right, let's head to the hardwood. Week 5, the Cayman Islands Basketball Association's Under-19 League. In our Game of the Weeks, we had the Knights taking on the Clifton Hunter High School All-Stars and the Thrashers taking on the CI Hoopsers. Take a look at the highlights. Early on, Hoopsers in gray, nice passing. Amani Ebanks in the corner for 3. It's good. Hoopsters hooping early. Thrashers on the break. Micah O'Garo doing Micah things. He lays it in. Nice layup there. O'Garo again for 3. He misses, but the big man, Leon Harris, chases down the rebound, gets the ball. What about that relaxed defense there for the Hoopsters? He stops and pops for 3. Thrashers doing some thrashing later on. Orlando Wellington, he drives, puts it up for the hoop and the harm. Thrashers take it 60-26. Here's Noel Squire on the win.
Just keep your composure and being able to know that you're playing basketball. Don't worry about anybody else that's in the crowd.
All right, Knights and Legends. Early battle under the boards here. Benjamin Ebanks for 3. It's good. Nice stroke there. Knights fast break. Jathan Barnes finds John Smith all alone. He lays it in. Knights in control. Smith returns the favor. A little bit of nice passing. Pump fake. Finds Barnes. It's up, and it's pure. Knights take this one in a blowout. 108-39. Here is Jathan Barnes on the win.
You just stay focused in the game. Don't get sidetracked. Pick up on defense, always. Yeah, and then just go force it on offense, push.
All right, for all the scores of Week 5, the Under-19 Basketball League, boys and girls, visit Cayman27.ky. To the pitch, where 20-year-old Academy Sports Club standout Elijah Seymour has signed his first professional football contract with Portuguese 3rd Division club CF União. Now, the Uniostas are set to play in the 6th season of the Campeonato de Portugal, which includes 72 teams in 4 divisions starting in August. Now, Seymour told Cayman 27 he's invited to a tough Week week trial where he was offered the contract to play for the Portuguese senior team. Now, the top 2 teams from the Portuguese 3rd Division are promoted to La Liga Pro at the completion of the season next June. Congrats to Elijah. All right, let's take a look at Cayman 27's NFL Pick'ems Challenge. After 10 weeks, there is a tie atop the standings. 96 points apiece for the Houdat Nation and It Ain't Shinty. Whopper sits in 3rd, just 1 point behind, and a tie for 4th with Toronto 345 and Night Runner. I myself am in 10th. Kevin Morales is nowhere to be found. All right, Joe's got your other next. Stick around.
Sometimes having a middleman is not a bad thing, especially when it comes to insurance. Do you know that when it comes to cost, ease, speed, and peace of mind, insurance brokers ranked higher than when customers buy direct? So, for all your insurance needs, call Fidelity Insurance. We're the middleman you want. Call us today at 949-7822. Fidelity. We're good for you.
We believe that every life matters and that we are all connected. One community, one people. We believe in compassion to give dignity to those that society has let down. We strive to conquer fear, and we believe that the power to heal is a gift. This is who we are. This is what we believe. Holy Cross.
Ever wondered what smart health insurance feels like?
Premier Health's 24/7 worldwide health insurance does most of the thinking for you.
1,500 CGI health claims are settled daily.
55% of claims settled automatically.
You can access your health plan almost anywhere, anytime.
And have smart wellness with online data tracking.
And more provider choices for you and the people who matter most.
Premier Health is smart health insurance, and it feels good.
Brit K, where people come first.
It's fresh from the garden.
It's that turkey time of year, and Hurley's once again offers the finest pre-cooked turkey dinners in Cayman for Thanksgiving. Get a tender, juicy, oven-roasted turkey with 7 freshly made savory sides, ready for you to enjoy at the office or at home. It's enough to feed a family of 12 for about $11 each. Don't be left out. Hurley's only makes a limited number of our Thanksgiving feasts. Order yours today at hurleys.ky/ordering. Hurley's, get fresh Thanksgiving with us.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Take a look at the scene earlier today at Northwest Point. This video from Dive Tech's Serena Evans. Look at those waves coming in, crashing against the iron shore. Not today, Bobo, if you're in the mood for a shore dive. Anyway, I had to work, guys. I'm out here in the Weather Center, keeping it real with the satellite picture right there. We do have a cold front kind of moving into the area. It's going to stall out around the Yucatan Peninsula. I'm going to go ahead and circle the Yucatan Peninsula in case you didn't know what it was. And it is this thing right here. So I can expect that cold front to maybe hang out there for a little bit. We're going to see a decrease in the winds and the swells. We've got a weather phenomenon right now going on. Humidity looking pretty good, a little less humid than last night. I'm going to go ahead and pencil that in on a partly cloudy Thursday evening as our temperatures start to decrease into the lower 80s. I'm going to go ahead and give us a 74.7% humidity. So maybe not as sticky as it was a little bit earlier in the day. Anyway, let's turn our attention to the 7-day forecast right here. Barometer 1013 and holding right there for you pressure fanatics that are always bothering me about, hey, Joe Avery, what's the barometer say? Well, 1013 and holding steady. Tomorrow is Friday, guys. I know a lot of us here in the newsroom do get excited when the weekend comes, but as far as the seas goes, no excitement to find out about 4 to 6 foot seas out there. If you got to get out to sea, do be careful out there. Use a little extra caution, especially when it's a little rough like you saw in the video earlier in the show. As far as chance of rain goes, we're holding steady for 30% chance of rain for Friday. It looks like we're expecting a 40% chance of showers on your Saturday right there. And in terms of Sunday, it's back down to 30. That's kind of the standard right there. You know, if you got a 30% chance of rain showers, you got a 70% chance of no rain at all, depending on where you stand. You could get a shower here, and you could not get a shower, let's say, in West Bay, or vice versa. It's Cayman Islands weather, guys, and it can be a little bit unpredictable. But hey, the one thing that we can count on is that we have nicer conditions generally than up in those wintry areas. Thus, everyone's flocking to the Cayman Islands. Anyway, that's it for me for weather. I do want to show a couple of weather pics of the day. This first one, the Jolly Roger at sunset. That one is a pretty amazing shot right there. Thank you for sending that in response to my call. This one, the name, can't remember the one. I think this photo is by Jennifer Whitaker. That Shilpa Gampawar, that's another person's name. And if you're watching, Shilpa, stay tuned, because hopefully we have your weather pick of the day in my second weather hit. But for now, going to send it over to Taylor and Kevin at the desk. Back to you.
Thanks, Joe. Cayman's top health officials say it's not just patients who need to take heed of the issues surrounding resistance to antibiotics.
During World Antibiotics Week, Cayman's acting chief medical officer said that physicians too must take care with their prescriptions.
For the public, surprisingly, it was a high awareness of what antibiotic resistance is and what is linked to antibiotic resistance, mainly the misuse. I don't like to use the word abuse, but the misuse of antibiotics, both by the public and also by the prescribers, because a lot of time as physician we get pressure from the patient.
So what could the consequences be? Chief Pharmacist Colin Medford explains.
The patient needs to know that if you take antibiotics for the common cold, then the next time you need antibiotics, they very well may not work. Or you may very well need to step up to a much stronger, a much more potent antibiotic, which may very well carry greater side effects. So as a result of that, the patient needs to know what they're getting into when they're taking antibiotics.
Well, coming up in the second half hour of Cayman 27 News, we talk about the latest Brexit developments with attorney Nick Dixie.
Remember, we want you to WhatsApp us any photos, videos, news tips. We want to know what's happening in your community. You can hit us up on the news hotline. That's 527-2727. We'll be right back.
Champion House Restaurant, serving Cayman for over 30 years. Start your day off right with our breakfast, fruits, pastries, hot cereals, entree, and so much more. Stop by for lunch. Our buffet offers salads, soup, entrees, and desserts. Check out our website for details on our new dinner menu. And don't forget about catering. We can customize any menu to suit your needs. Champion House Restaurant, where the islanders dine.
We do a whole lot more than just cover your floor at Paramount. Carpet, any style, carpet or tile, insulation and drywall too. Everything's beautiful, come and see. The Paramount name means quality. It'll be a brand new world under your feet. We do a whole lot more than just cover your floor at Paramount. Carpet.
Welcome back to the second half hour of Cayman 27 News. I am Kevin Morales. UK Prime Minister Theresa May faced resignations and a heated debate on her Brexit agreement. Joining me now to discuss the latest developments is attorney Nick Dixie. Nick, thank you once again for joining us to talk about this topic.
Thank you.
Of course, we love to have you on because we love your insight. A 600-page draft agreement was issued. Obviously, you know, I highly doubt you've looked through all 600 pages. I certainly know that I have not. But one of the things that we're talking about in the break that could impact Cayman or will impact Cayman is about immigration, and that if you are a citizen of an EU country, or I guess British overseas territories as well, for the time being, you're allowed the same immigration rights as you have been. But at a certain point, that's going to stop, and things will tighten up a bit. Tell us a little bit more about it.
Yes, I mean, that's part of the withdrawal agreement, that essentially if you're an EU citizen and you're living in the United Kingdom, well, you're going to be able to stay there, and vice versa. If you're a United Kingdom citizen and you're living in an EU member state, which would include Caymanians, then you're going to be able to stay there too. And if you go to that EU state within the next 2 years during the implementation period, and if you've been there for more than 5 years after that, you'll be able to get the residency rights. But to be honest, I mean, the bigger story here is that this agreement has caused howls of derision in the Conservative Party. We've lost another Brexit secretary in Dominic Raab. He's the second to leave after David Davis gave up the job. Esther McVey has resigned, and what we're really hearing now, it's very unlikely that this deal is going to make it through Parliament, and it could bring down Theresa May, and it could usher in another general election, perhaps even another referendum. So it's huge. The last 48 hours in British politics, it's been seismic.
So what are the particular issues that have come out in this draft agreement that the Conservatives are really taking aim at?
Well, it's 585 pages, but the Brexiteers are very, very unhappy with what we call the backstop. You know, this is the insurance policy in case there isn't an agreement. What happens in terms of the border in Northern Ireland? And the agreement is now that essentially the whole of the UK will stay in a customs arrangement to remove the checks in Northern Ireland. But the Northern Ireland itself will also have additional regulatory alignment with the European Union, which makes it somewhat different from the rest of the United Kingdom. So to try and sort of explain that, it would be rather like if you're flying from Grand Cayman to Cayman Brac, there being different regulations for customs. And so, of course, most Brexiteers and indeed many patriots are saying, well, this is ridiculous, you're breaking up our country. And that's why it's causing so much derision. And that's why there's even been letters of no confidence today in Theresa May, and it really could bring her down.
Right. And I've been hearing more about another referendum. What are the chances of that happening? What could be the ramifications of that?
Well, we've only got until the 29th of March before we actually leave, and time is really running out for all these sort of things to happen. I mean, what we could have is a vote of no confidence in Theresa May, brought by her own party if she gets the 48 votes put forward by her members, which may well happen. So we may get a new leader, but a new referendum, a new general election, I mean, none of this is going to happen in time. Right. So really what the Parliament have got to decide is, are we going to take this deal, or are we going to have a no-deal Brexit? Because that is really the only options at this stage. Do
you have any inkling which way you think it'll go?
I think Parliament will vote against this deal. I think it will probably bring down Theresa May. I think, unfortunately, she is in checkmate now, because she's nailed everything to this, and the DUP don't support it, the Labour Party don't support it, the SNP don't support it, and a lot of Conservatives who are part of the European Research Group don't support it either. I can't see how it can get through Parliament. If it doesn't get through Parliament, we're likely to see a new Prime Minister, and then all bets are off.
And this happened, I mean, essentially it was a motion to please the people that were her supporters, and now in the end it ends up being kind of her downfall?
She's been playing poker with the EU with a 2-7 offsuit, essentially, and what has been happening is people on her own side have been telling the other side that she's got a 2-7 offsuit. She's had a hopeless chance at negotiating this properly. But what we're left with is a withdrawal agreement where the backstop says, you know, even if you want to leave this arrangement, you have to do so with our permission, with the EU's permission. Right. So it's like the Hotel California. You can check out whenever you want, but you can never leave. And that's what's caused the biggest problem. How can we be a sovereign country if we can't even leave this arrangement when we want to?
Right. You know, we don't have Young and the Restless on Cayman 27 anymore. If somebody ever makes, you know, a soap opera about this whole thing, we'd love to put it on. It's like every day something new comes out that's juicier than the next.
Unbelievable, and I've never known anything like it in my life of looking at politics.
It's unprecedented. Nick, thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate your insight. All right, don't go anywhere. We've got more news coming up right after this. Stick around.
This have a flavor.
with a beat. Have a dance, make you move up your feet. Feel the rhythm in the music. Turn all into new into hits and classics. Every meal make you feel like it's a new remix. It's the most delicious in the West Indies. You know what I feel like this grace. Feel the vibe, can't you feel it? Grace. Delicious and nutritious. Yes. Quality when you taste it. Want affordable? Look for the label. Grace. Feel the vibe, can't you feel it? Grace. Delicious and nutritious. Yes. Quality when you taste it. Want affordable? Look for the label. Once you feel it, once you see it, once you taste it, it's real. Trust the flavor, the Caribbean grace, it's real. Caribbean grace, it's real.
From happy beginnings and life choices that we make along the way,
Brit K protects your lifestyle with the best insurance cover at the best possible price.
health insurance with far-reaching benefits,
Family protection and long-term financial plans.
business insurance and generous employee benefits.
For happy beginnings to happy ever after, visit BritK.ky.
BritK, where people come first.
Welcome back. We have a special edition of the University College of the Cayman Islands Lifelong Learning segment tonight. The focus, the UCCI's prior learning assessment.
Welcome to another edition of Lifelong Learning at UCCI.
Prior learning assessment is a technique in which consideration is given to a person's experience on a particular job. So basically what happens, if someone has been doing a job consistently, say over the past 5, 10, 15 years, it is reckoned that they must have some expertise in that position.
And how do you see this benefiting Caymanians?
We have tremendous benefit, especially to the adult learner, whose years of experience will be credited toward a formal degree. It will mean they have to spend less time in a classroom doing formal learning and similar academic standards, and it will allow them to be credentialized while they are earning.
And what can people look forward to at the launch event?
People can look forward to information as to how to access this service that the university is providing. They can get their questions answered. They can have a good idea. They will have an opportunity to sign up for assessment. They will have an idea of the programs we are offering so that they can choose which areas they would like to specialize in.
The guest speaker at the launch event is Goldie Blumenstick. Can you tell me why you chose her?
Right. Goldie Blumenstick is a journalist who works for the Chronicle of Higher Education, and she specializes in the adult learner. I have happened to have the occasion of hear her speak on the adult learner, and I've read articles which she wrote about the adult learner. So I think that she would be the ideal person to launch the prior learning assessment program. Although she doesn't specialize in prior learning assessment, her expertise is in the adult learner. But because prior learning assessment is geared towards the adult learner, I thought it would be a great idea for her to launch the program. So we're having a special launch in November. I think it's November 29th. So I want to take this opportunity to invite the public to attend this lecture on November 29th when we launch the program with a lecture by Goldie Blumenstick. The lecture will be free. That event will be free, and interested members of the public can come, have their questions answered, and ideally, we will have some promotional information on the prior learning assessment program. But we think that this is great. It's revolutionary in the Cayman Islands. It's one of those innovations, another of those innovations introduced by UCCI, And this is not a phenomenon common to UCCI. It's a growing phenomenon in the United States, and the good thing about these programs, they will be accredited so that the persons coming away with credits and degrees will not have to question as to whether their credentials are accessible or recognized internationally. They will be.
To learn more about UCCI's prior learning assessment and the launch event featuring Goldie Blumenstick, contact events@ucci.edu.ky or call 623-0561.
Up next, world news and stories from around the region.
Of the finest liquor stores on island are located on West Bay Road on beautiful 7 Mile Beach. Tortuga Fine Wines and Spirits Governor's Square, the greenery near the Strand, and 7 Mile Shops Plaza. Tortuga Fine Wines and Spirits boasts the widest selection and even offers free wine and spirit tastings at all 7 Mile Beach locations every Friday from 5 till 7 p.m. Family owned and operated since 1984.
Fresh fir Christmas trees are on their way to Hurley's. Our containers arrive from the forests of Quebec on November the 24th. These fresh, fragrant balsam firs won't last long. If you plan on having a tree in your home, order yours today. There's a shortage of trees coming to the island this year. Make sure your family has a green Christmas. Order your tree today at hurleys.ky/ordering. Hurley's, get fresh trees with us.
Fresh at Hurley's.
Let's check in with the markets. Black Friday is coming up next week, and about 38% of American consumers are planning to shop this year, but more of them will buy food instead of clothing, electronics, and toys. A Reuters poll found that data. Reuters' Fred Katsuyama reports.
Get set for a busy Black Friday. A Reuters Ipsos poll found 38% of Americans plan to go shopping on the day after the Thanksgiving holiday this year. And nearly 6 in 10 plan to do at least half of their holiday shopping on that day. Black Friday traditionally marks the start of the holiday shopping season. Consumers' shopping habits are changing. The poll found they'll be less likely to fill their shopping carts with clothing, jewelry, electronics, and toys than in past years. Instead, Americans will be spending more on food. Walmart, Target, and other retailers have been trying to get customers to buy more groceries online. Moody's retail analyst Charlie O'Shea.
You know, this year, there's a lot of macroeconomic tailwinds. The consumer's feeling healthier. There's been, so many favorable things happening. You saw Walmart's announcement this morning. Macy's made a positive announcement this morning. So I think you're going to see a healthy holiday.
The holiday season seems bright. Walmart's quarterly comparable sales rose more than expected, bolstered by strong grocery sales online. Retail sales in the U.S. bounced back sharply in October, showing broad gains. That bodes well for consumer spending and the economy as the fourth quarter gets underway. Many of those shoppers will be staying home on Black Friday. The poll showed 37% of consumers intend to do their shopping primarily or totally online. Less than 1 in 5 plan to shop primarily or totally in a physical store.
In world news, British Prime Minister Theresa May vows to fight for her draft Brexit deal. It comes after the resignation of both her Brexit minister and pensions minister, which put both her tactics and her job under pressure. Mrs. May's position as Prime Minister and as Conservative Party leader has come under threat from Eurosceptic MPs in her own party, MPs in her own party, who have called for a vote of no confidence. The Prime Minister, meanwhile, says she believes with every fiber of my being that her plan is the right one. Don't go anywhere. We've got more news coming up right after this.
It's that time of year again for the annual Cayman 27 Parade of Lights, brought to you by Bogle Insurance Brokers Limited. We're calling all boats to join us Saturday, December 1st at Cayman Bay as the water comes to life with this year's theme, Christmas Around the World. It's completely free to enter, and there's a chance to win $1,000 and 2 general admission tickets to Kaboo. Or enter just for fun. Private and commercial boats are welcome. For more information and to register your boat, click on cayman27.ky.
Some say the time of miracles is past, but we see miracles all around us, every day. Some could not walk. Some could not breathe. Some had lost all hope. But something amazing happened. Something that can't be analyzed or quantified. Something that is more than good medicine. Holy Cross.
The flavor with a beat. Black thing now move up him dancing feet. We dance them flavor with a beat. Whole heap of sauce, yeah, we acting on the street. Young, middle age, or old, move your feet. When Grace if you dance, everybody have to do it.
Grace, feel the vibe, can't you feel it? Grace, delicious, so nutritious. Yes, quality when you taste it. Want affordable, look for the real.
Flavor we are flavor because the spice is clearing. Flavor with a beat, no other brand than near we.
One taste and you know Grace is real.
Eclipse Hair Design and Day Spa presents Beautiful You every second and last Thursday of the month. The beauty experts will draw from experience and share tips for personal beauty care, how to have healthy hair and glowing skin, flawless makeup application, and the latest trends and style tips. Watch Cayman 27 every second and last Thursday of the month for Beautiful You.
4:45 p.m. tonight already happened, and sunrise tomorrow the same as today at 6:34 a.m. Anyway, let's go to the satellite picture right now. You can see what we have in place is a beautiful looking continent right there, but we do have a cold front that's going to stall out over the Yucatan Peninsula in the next 24 hours right there. That's kind of what was driving those winds to froth up the sea like that and cause those swells to bring in. Anyway, let's take a look at the temperatures. Cooling down tonight, 84 in Georgetown. Let's see the rest of the island right there. 84 degrees from tip to tip right there. Like I say, it's only 20-something miles long, so it's not like we can get too much of a variance right there. Sister Islands a little further away, about 90 miles or so. They're able to cool down to a delicious feeling 82 degrees out there. Nice low humidity tonight, 74%. Let's take a look around the region and see where we fit in. We are the warm spot right now in the Northwest Caribbean. It looks like the cold front is affecting our friends in Roatan. They're seeing 70s. Cancun seeing 70s. And Havana is down in the very low 80s right there. It looks like a great time to be in our region. I'm going to back out of the way and show you. We got a lot of 70s out east too. You can see Suriname and Guyana. They're 79, 82 respectively, 79 in Port of Spain, Trinidad, and St. Kitts sitting pretty at 81 degrees. I'm going to wrap right now, but I'm going to show you 2 weather picks of the day. Let's check them out. Bright lights, small island, Shilpa. I told you if you stick around, we'd get it right. And one more for you right here. Bonus one, swellage at Northwest Point. Hey, going to give credit to Serena for that one. Got to show some stuff that's not a sunset once in a while. Jordan Armanese, he's got sports. He's going to rock your world coming up next.
Bogle Insurance Brokers Limited are professional, independent insurance brokers established in 1988. We are a wholly Caymanian-owned insurance broker with a wealth of knowledge in the local and international insurance market. Our professional team service clients with a range of insurance products, including motor, home, health, contractors, marine, and business insurance, among others. Contact us at 949-0579 or email us at service@bogleins.com.
Heat resistant, scratch resistant, stain resistant, functional and durable. Paramount Carpets brings you the beauty of granite like no one else. Choose from a large selection of quality granite from Italy and Brazil. Paramount Carpets guarantees on-time delivery and professional installation. Granite, from the earth to your home.
We do a whole lot more than just cover your floor at Paramount Carpets.
The countdown is on for Cayman 27's Parade of Lights, brought to you by Bogle Insurance Brokers Limited. Enjoy this annual boat parade as the water comes to life at Cayman Bay Harbor with this year's theme, Christmas Around the World. Don't miss Cayman's largest family gathering as we kick off the 2018 holiday season. Saturday, December 1st, starting at 6 p.m. at Cayman Bay. Fireworks brought to you by Brit K.
Have you heard? They have new daily meal deals at Popeyes. A different meal with side every day of the week for the same price of just $3.99. Monday is chicken soup with rice. Tuesday for the chicken bowl. 2 tenders on Wednesday. A loaded chicken wrap on Thursday. It's all about that shrimp on Friday. Chicken nuggets to start the weekend. And the mixed 2-piece to finish.
The new daily meal deals from Popeyes. A different meal every day, served with the world-famous best dressed chicken for only $3.99. Only at Popeyes, Louisiana Kitchen on Eastern Avenue.
Welcome back. Start on the wicket. After a 60-run victory over Bangladesh last Friday, the West Indies women would look to stay undefeated versus South Africa Wednesday in the 12th match of the International Cricket Council Women's World T20. Let's take a look, see what happened. Shabnim Ismail, one of the fastest bowlers in women's cricket, blew away the West Indies top order, but South Africa lost 9 for 28 in pursuit of 108 to be dismissed for 76. Now the 31-run win took the defending champions to the top of Group A points and a step closer to the semi-finals. The West Indies women will return to the wicket tomorrow versus Sri Lanka. Video assistant referees are set to be used in the Premier League next season after clubs agreed in principle to their introduction. Now, the response from the league is mixed. Here's what coaches and players are saying about VAR in the EPL.
Offside goal, but no VAR. Last Tuesday VAR, the goal would be disallowed. No VAR, the linesman made this mistake, and we were punished with that goal, and I think the team felt it deeply.
So, and then the one, Barkley makes the header, and for me it's offside as well. Not much, but I don't expect that the ref would see that. So then you have to be on and have a look, and then it's close. Why do you use it if you don't want to make a decision? Then that's all. And the other one, maybe in the future when you use VR, then you say, okay, that's offside. I don't expect using in situations like this the VR, to be honest. So, but if you use it, make a decision.
The referee has a difficult decision. Obviously, VAR has helped him a lot, but he hadn't chose to use it. For me, it's a bit of a cloudy situation where when did he use it? When can we say, can you check the TV? Because we had the referees meeting. If we do, put that forward to him and he doesn't agree, he can show us the yellow.
His new system is, I think, is good for the World Cup because no mistake in the box, and for the penalties, for the free kicks, is good. For red cards as well. I think it's the new revolution in football, and I think it's good for football.
Kevin Taylor, back to you.
That's all the time we have for our show tonight. Thanks for tuning in. A brand new episode of Cayman Now is coming up next.
From happy beginnings and life choices that we make along the way,
Brit K.